That is insane. Hello, hope you're well. Look, a sumptuous lemon meringue pie. Delicious lemony pieness, gorgeous with a crusty meringue topping. Glow in the dark. Today, we're going to take those two worlds and bring them together into a lemon meringue pie, completely edible, that glows in the dark. What could go wrong? Let's have some fun. To make glow-in-the-dark food possible, I needed some riboflavin. I've definitely pronounced that wrong, and in fact, I've actually converted it to just calling it, well, glow stuff. Apparently, by adding this food-safe glow stuff powder to food or drink, it will actually make it glow in the dark. I don't know if it will do it instantly, we'll check that, or if we need a UV light. I've got both, so let's try it. So, oh my gosh. Oh, that's very orange. Okay, so apparently by adding that to some water, ooh, oh gosh. It does say to use a stick blender though, so the minute you walked in the joint, it's definitely more orangey though, do you know what I mean? But in fact, I've got a really good way of demonstrating how orange that is. I would actually say that that is more orange than my zero sugar Fanta. That looks more lemon meringue pie. This is a good start, isn't it? I'm going to turn my lights off. Let's should be able to do this with one click. Ooh. Oh, that's not good, is it? All right, lights back on. I think things can generally be, and you guys, come on, give me a bit of slack here. You know I'm not really great at this sort of stuff, but I think things can either be fluorescent or phosphorescent, and most things like that, when you turn the lights off, typically would be phosphorescent unless they've had glow stuff added to make them fluorescent. That could be a load of rubbish, but I do have a UV light. And let's see, is this gonna work? So there's the Fanta. Oh! Oh my gosh! Look at the Fanta. Look, it's doing nothing. Phosphorescence, fluorescent. Look at that. That is actually glow in the dark. How can I prove this? I mean, it needs the UV light, doesn't it? That is absolutely bonkers. Anyone for an edible lightsaber? So we need to get cracking with our pie crust, and as exciting, as awesome as that was, don't get me wrong, I'm equally, and this is a bit bizarre, I know, I'm equally as excited to try and get a really decent homemade pie crust today, because I normally get them pretty bad. So I'm actually going to try a different recipe today for the pastry, based on some tips that I got the last time I made pastry. I sort of said, oh, can you guys give me some advice? Now, one thing we always do is get some cold butter. So that can just chill in there for the moment in my extremely empty fridge. In fact, the only other stuff in there is some cola, more butter, mustard, and quite a bit of tahini. I'm just separating the egg, and apparently an egg yolk can actually help bind it together and give you a slightly stronger pastry. So we'll see the egg white in a bit, but this adds protein and fat, which will hopefully help the structure of our pastry. Someone also said about adding sweetness with the icing sugar. This isn't going to help the structure so much, but it might bind it slightly more and make it smoother. So we're going to try both of these with it today. I've never done this. I just really don't want to make really nice pastry. It just all like slips into some sort of weird pastry plate, and it does happen a lot. You might remember a few years ago I discovered this gadget, and it changed my life whenever I work together butter and pastry. It's like a pastry blender, and it's amazing, but a lot of you guys have suggested to completely bypass using that, so I can't be Wolverine today, and to literally just use a food processor. I mean, it was horrendous noise. Oh my word. That has worked an absolute charm. It feels smooth. It's not really tacky, but I could press that into pastry like immediately. So we'll do that again. As the pastry blender looks on a little bit jealous. And what I'm loving is it's not sticking anywhere. It's just come out perfectly. I am gonna chill it. The other half is back in the fridge already. But that is absolutely perfect. Why have I never used a food processor before? I mean, I guess because Ken's like a smaller one and it's kind of put me off. Really happy with that. Cheers for all the suggestions. If it fails now, I hate you. I got to clean down, but whilst that's in the fridge, the other day I did a Kitchen Gadget egg testing special. The whole reason I was going to do that was because I had this gadget, which is absolutely insane. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I film this, I've not actually uploaded it yet. Hope you did. If not, check it out, because there's probably going to be a follow-up, because this is very fun indeed. So I'm going to do my own little thing here. I know you guys told me to leave it for like an hour for like the gluten to relax and stuff, but I know it's going to happen again in the tin. And I actually think it might be easier to mold it anyway, whilst it's still like, well, completely not rigid. So let's just roll it out. I don't want to make it too thin. I don't want to make it too thick. So no pressure. I think that'll do. Or that'll do. Well, hey. And if I just kind of like drop it in, I love that orange hue to that pastry. And I think what I've always liked to do is kind of like lift it and not stretch it and kind of let gravity help us a bit. But I'm gonna get a bit more firmer with it now and push it into those grooves. Generally I had two different suggestions for this next step. One was to like leave a lot of overhang, which I quite like, it'd be kind of rustic. But the other, which I think is quite cool, is to roll the rolling pin right across the top like that. You see? And it almost becomes this massive cookie cutter. Look at that, that is almost perfection. I mean, if it stays like this, I'm going to be more excited than the glow-in-the-dark stuff, like genuinely. Another suggestion was obviously to put indents with a fork all the way in the base. I'm 100% doing that. I would normally put baking parchment in, but someone said to put some tin foil in, but it must be the shiny side down. If anyone has any idea why someone would suggest the shiny side down for this step, do let me know. All right, so this has been in the fridge for a solid hour. I've just put baking beads in as well. And this oven is 200C fan, which is a whopping 40 degrees higher than I normally do, because apparently another really good thing to do is to shock it with higher heat that can actually lock that shape quicker, and then we can reduce the heat down. We're gonna find out. Oh my gosh, it's actually stayed and it looks fantastic. I need to lower the heat, but let's get those beads out. This genuinely might be the best pie base I have ever made in my life. About another 8 minutes in there like that. So a slightly lower temperature, and I can already see the base in real time where it was covered by the foil starting to bake through. Honestly, I know I should be more excited about the glow-in-the-dark pie that we're potentially on the route to doing now, but thank you so much for those tips, because making a homemade pie crust for me is just ah. All right, pick a card, any card. These are some platinum gelatin sheets. It's these that will help set our lemon glow-in-the-dark filling that's gonna go in here. Whilst this cools down, this gets warmed up. 550 milliliters of room temperature water. I was told that gelatin sheets, if we pour this into cold water, it can actually affect their setting. So in there, we're gonna add some lemon extract. This is some caster sugar. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this, but just a little bit of lemon zest. Lemon juice. So the acidity from the lemon with the sugar should really give it a nice contrast. I mean, I hope. I've got Shirley stood there ready. As we warm this through to dissolve those leaves. Before adding that powder, I didn't want to add it in with the sheets like that, because it could just go everywhere and there'd be some sort of like magic Aladdin flying quilt of like glow-in-the-dark powder going everywhere. I don't know if I can unsee that now. Oh, it smells so lemony in here. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited. Okay, so I've just turned that off the heat. We've got B-Cam here helping out. I've got the glow powder here ready. Shirley is also ready on a very low setting, although it would be very on brand if I splatter it everywhere and not just hit one lens, but also the two. Hopefully it won't come to that, but one thing we do know, as I remove the spatula and pour this in, look, straight away, orangey goodness. It's gonna look like Fanta, isn't it? So let's... Ooh. Oh, look at that colour. I don't know about you, but I think that looks way more lemony than before. That in itself could be glow in the dark. It's fully dissolved. I can't even see the lemon zest anymore. So you might have seen towards the end there, we had like this massive foam in there that Shirley helped create with all the air driven into it. I've just skimmed that off, given this a stir around, and I don't know if you can see there's like floating lemon zest still in there that survived the blades of the stick blender. So here's the pie crust, it's fully cooled down. It releases from the tin easily anyway. Look at those sides, I'm so happy with that. It will slide off easy. My only fear is where we've made these indents here, even if one of them has got a gap, it could actually all spill out. So what I've got here is some white chocolate that I've just put a little bit of yellow food colouring in, and I'm going over the holes just delicately, just to stop any of that fluid potentially escaping. We've just gone this far now, I don't want to risk it. So let's just, oh my word, look at that colour. Pour it on gently and just see if that holds. It looks like it is. I can't see any movement at all. It's holding strong. The hardest part now is if this stays stable, is for me to stay stable and get this thing in the fridge. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh my gosh. I've just got to get from here to there. Why didn't I keep it on the chopping board it's on? Oh no. Yes. Bad news. We've got some spillage. We've got some glow-in-the-dark spillage, but it seems to look, it's actually gone as far as it can, which means hopefully in here it's set in place. And remember, that's for me putting the chocolate on there, so I really do need to top that up. Now I've done a little test. I put some in a shot glass, and that already, look, is completely, I mean, that's lovely and set. So we're gonna try and top it up in the fridge. And forever I'll be known to have a potentially glow-in-the-dark fridge shelf. Now, oh my word, yeah, look, that is actually firmed up a little bit. And I've got the biggest jug ever. I just topped that up just at that weird angle there. That's all I've got. Let's see what happens. Okay then folks, the good news is I think it's set. The bad news is it might have set so much around the pastry it might not come out of the tin, and there's only one way to find out. It's just hit 5:30 in the evening. What a day. And we're not done yet, but I want to show you how set it is like this. It is not moving at all, but it is kind of wedged and sort of locked. Ooh. Oh, come on, come on. Jen, I was really worried about this. Okay. That's good, that's good. There is actually a slight border of the filling where it could not escape anymore, so it could have been even worse in the fridge. So I'm actually quite relieved about that, and I might chip that away slowly, but that's not really my priority. I just wanted to get it out to stop this getting any soggier, which we've done. I really love how lemony it looks, but lemon meringue pie needs meringue. All right, so that's 5 egg whites and 6 from the egg earlier, which seems absolutely ages ago when we made that pastry. In fact, it was. Corn flour. That's actually going to help sort of keep the egg whites dry to stop them weeping. Kind of like how I felt for the last hour. This is some cream of tartar, which helps with structure. And we've got some sugar here, so I'm actually going to add that in a couple of batches. All right, nice stiff peaks. Now, of course, the other way to test that it's done, you just basically go like that. Oh my gosh. If that happened, I would have been... But it didn't. But my curiosity has got the better of me. Will the glow powder work in this? Oh, it looks like it's still stable. We'll stick that as a bonus scene on the end of the video and find out. So here we go. I'm gonna dollop some on. I might go for a slightly thinner layer. Come on in with the chef's blowtorch. Yeah, that's looking really good. I'm like over the moon with it. We've just got to slice it now. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh my gosh. If this is a glow-in-the-dark lemon meringue pie, oh my word. It might have seeped in, I don't know. Come on, baby. Right. Let me get that down on a plate as soon as I can. Oh, that side is amazingly clean. Look, 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 look. I'll be back with you in a minute. But seriously, I don't think I could have got that looking any better. Right, shall we see if it glows? Righty-ho then, folks, let's turn off the lights. Ooh! And here comes the UV light. Are we ready? Ah! I need to get the angle right. It's working. It's actually working. That is a glow in the dark. There it is. I can't believe that's worked. That looks amazing. That is insane. Honestly, I'm so happy. Oh, nice firm crust actually, considering it still smells really lemony. It's like, can I just inspect my lemon meringue pie a moment? That lemon flavour is intense. But the charring out of all of that, the toasting and the charring of the meringue is the dominant flavour, and I don't hate that at all. The crust wasn't soggy, indeed, it had a good old sort of toughness to it, thank goodness. It's really nice. Okay, it's not a fully official lemon meringue pie. Remember, I've done a clear lemon meringue pie as well. But you've got all those elements to it. The lemon filling is fantastic. I'm so proud of that pastry case. That feels like yesterday. The meringue topping with that charred flavour, it just all locks together. And the added bonus, of course, that it is a glow-in-the-dark lemon meringue pie. Mission accomplished. If you'd like to see more of these glow-in-the-dark videos, do let me know your ideas. I've got an awful lot of this stuff left over, or I could share it with my friends, then randomly turn up with my UV light, which actually on isolation sounds very bizarre indeed. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. This is the meringue with it added, and as you can see, some of it glows in the dark, but it's very weird. It's almost got like little patches in the middle of it. I mean, it's good, but it's not that. See you later.